Hello and welcome back to Wilderspace Gaming and episode 11 of the Boar Reborn. It's been a while just because it's the summer holidays and we're busy with actually going away and spending time with the family instead of being nerds on the computer. Where we had left it, we left it with Heiji and Ryutao in the graveyard at 2 o'clock in the morning. Now, just a quick reminder, in the current time, all bodies are to be burnt by order of a previous emperor. However, the Boar Clan, say the Hidden Boar Clan, never received that instruction, so they've still been burying their dead, as is tradition. The Ryutaro had been dragged along to get sober by Heiji, because Heiji had a suspicion about Kitsu Yasaka, sorry, um, Yusaku, sorry, um, and I thought because the Kitsu had shown an interest in the graves, and whilst he'd been a guest of the ball, so they ended up going to the graveyard at 2 in the morning, with Ryutaro being slightly inebriated by this point. Not too bad. And that's where we are going to be rejoining it. So, but first, I'm going to introduce the characters. Well, I'm going to get players to introduce the characters, starting with Mr. Ian, as always.
I've got the wrong position on the screen clearly, so I'm always first.
Yeah.
I'm Ian. I play excuse me, Heichi Akihiro, who, for what he lacks in personality, he makes up for him in puissance with the blade.
Okay. Miss B.
Hi, I play Heichi Xiaofan, one of the Shugenja. All Shugenja are cool. No hate.
Mr. Kyle.
I'm Carl, play Ryutaru, the slightly drunken archer.
Mr. Andy.
Hi, I'm Andy. I play Takahiro, a swordsman who can talk to people.
Mr. Ben.
Just no one wants to.
I play Heiji, the tattooed order monk.
And we are missing a Ken because he is actually on holiday. I'm not sure where he's gone, but it'd be better weather than here, I hope. Oh. Ryutaru, you had been meditating to see if you can get in touch with any of the trickster spirits that have cursed your line. You couldn't find any, you couldn't feel any, but you did feel that this place was quieter than normal, quieter than you would expect. Heiji, you've been wandering about.
Yes.
You've noted the prayers that have been stuck onto the tombstones and doors to the mausoleum and so on. So I'm going to bring you onto the map so you can have a look of what this graveyard looks like. Okay. Graveyard. This is the part where the samurai are and their families are buried. Where the Etta are buried is to one side behind a fenced area. Because even in death, the social castes matter in this world.
So, they've changed roll 20, and I can't work out how to pan out?
On your mouse. wheel.
Just use. Yeah. No, the mouse will now moves the map. You have to use the sliding scale that's on the screen.
There is no sliding scale on the screen.
Right hand side.
That's that was the problem. Okay. All right. Yep, I think I've got it all now. Sorry.
Oh.
So does any of the soil nearby look like it's been disturbed? Was that I can't even remember if that was the question I asked that prompted the investigation.
Yeah.
Roll.
So no. You had done just a general what's going on in the area. You hadn't been looking for anything in particular. Just having a look in the area. You can give me another investigation roll for this one because now you're now looking for something specific.
Okie dokie. Can I also flick on my what is it? The one of my tattoos that does the what's around me thing.
Yes, the void.
Void one, yes. Skills. I want and I want to roll investigation. I've got one in that, so I'm press the trained one.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. See, I remember things very occasionally.
Very well. So you've noted that there is particular this set of 3 down here. You see this? See the ping?
No.
Nope.
Ping again. Yeah.
Just to the south of you.
I'm not seeing it. Just to the south.
On the white layer.
Oh, yep.
Yep.
Thank you.
There is a slight depression in the grass. You can see it clearly how with the dew that's been reflected in the light of Lord Moon. You can see that there's a depression that is not noted otherwhere. You can see like foot trails and stuff like this, but this is just footmarks.
Sorry, how is that? How is that different?
So when you go over there, you actually see that it's obviously where somebody has actually knelt or sat in front of the smallest of the grave markers.
Okay.
In particular.
Does it say something on the grave marker?
Yeah. So it's you'll see that this is somebody by the name of Hideo, and that's he died from ironically from a boar attack.
Okay.
As in an actual boar when he was hunting. But what you note is that where this depression is, you can see that there are like scrapes in the earth, scrapes in the grass, and you can see this much darker dirt in sort of semicircle around the depression. But the semicircle faces the small one and the middle one.
Right.
obviously with everything in grayscale because of it's at nighttime, etc. You can't tell colours. The earth at this point seems quite dark.
Yeah. Does it look like it could be blood?
You don't know.
Okay.
At this point, you don't know.
All right. Fair enough. What if I do flame on hands? Would that
Ooh,
give me
flame on
light
hands.
to see?
Yeah, do you flame on hands, but that means your the void tattoo will
The
actually
other one
flip
drops.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have one tattoo going at a time. So, do you want to do the flaming hands?
Yeah.
I mean,
Just
to be
let's
fair,
see if I can see anything.
yeah. I will say that the earth here seems darker than the gardening earth that you'd have around the lair. Obviously, the dew has been forming and so on, so you can't tell what's dew, what's not, etc. But so what I'm going to do is because you're there.
So the
I'll
earth
put you
has
down
been made wet
there.
in a
I
semicircle.
would say it's. I would say it's been cleared in a semicircle. You can't tell if the
Right.
earth has been made wet, but you've got like a sweep around, as if somebody's has knelt and done like a semicircle in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
When you do the flame on,
Mm.
obviously Ryutaru, you see this, and you'll see the lights come on behind down where he is.
Yeah.
But you get a sensation on the back of your neck, as in like the hairs on the back of your neck are starting to rise as you're looking at Heichi.
Okay. In a sort of fight or flight sense, with my wary trait.
Yeah. So it's where we take. Okay. What's the wording on that?
You are constantly on alert, always looking out for the unexpected when rolling an investigation notice / perception against a stealth ambush or agility / agility to detect an ambush. You add +1, keep 1 to your roll.
Right. So it's not an ambush. Yeah.
Yep.
You definitely get the feeling you're not in danger. However, when you turn around, you do see a woman. She's, in fact, what I'll do, go to the players. Oh, everybody can everyone see that?
What have you just added?
Oh, on the map, yeah.
No,
The token has appeared
yeah,
on the map,
yeah, and
For me.
and
Go.
something's appeared. A handout's just appeared as well.
Hold on. Yep.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Ryutaro
Oh.
runs.
We're getting into the ring territory now. Okay.
yeah.
I mean, Kyle would definitely leg it from that. I'm pretty sure Ryutaro. I don't normally
we do
deal
that
with
as well.
dead spirits. I'm used to like
Trickster
Fluffy
spirit.
the
nature
other
ones.
spirits. Technically, they're more godly, aren't they? They're sort of like earth.
Yeah, they're. Have you ever seen Pompoko by Studio Ghibli?
Yeah, a
Raccoon
long
dogs.
time. Yeah.
Yeah. So raccoon dogs are kind of like the trickster spirits.
Yeah.
That's one type. Like
But-
like they're not inherently evil. They have but some can be. But most of them are there for a good time.
Is it just me, or do the fingers not make sense?
Is it a AI?
I mean, that might be half the fear.
Yeah. Oh no, don't worry about the AI thing. I think it's deliberate on Tom's part.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Me? Would I do something like that to you?
I would definitely bolt away.
Yes. Okay.
Probably more towards.
So she's actually just slowly walking down the path. She's doing the very small steps that noble ladies take.
I think that was last time
And
we had a ghost. I wasn't impressed and tried staying away from it.
Last time we had a ghost, that was a Yuki, a snow maiden.
Yeah.
This is not a snow maiden. And she actually reaches out to you like
I'm definitely running to Heichi.
Yeah.
I can't move my character, but
So brave.
Oh, okay. That's because I dragged you on. That's why.
Yeah.
Right. Let me delete you guys off. And you can put yourselves back on again. So.
Has that sobered Ryutao up by any chance?
I don't think I need to be sober to run away from a ghost.
No. I agree. I'm just thinking that was sobered. That would scare the shit out of me. So.
Yeah.
Obviously not Takahiro, but me.
No, Takahiro will just be. It's a ghost, no more. No, she actually raises her hands joined together, palm up, as if beseeching you. Her head is still face down.
I'm still legging it to Heichi.
Oh, we've got the good new tokens as well.
Yeah.
If it requires me to do an acrobatics to jump over that wall, I will. Quickest way away from her.
Yeah. No. So you don't need to worry about that. You can get over that. It may be slightly fall and scramble, but you can definitely get down. And let's say she's makes like small steps towards you. When she sees that you have jumped over to go to Heichi, she pauses and just brings it back into herself.
And I'll point to Heiji. I think this is we're not alone. That's not the spirits I deal with. That one. I'm just point.
Can I see anything?
Quiet panic.
Yeah. Yep, you can see the same thing. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, damn. What is the? No, wait. This was the grave of a warrior, wasn't it? Like
Yes.
hunter or a warrior or something. So
Yeah, he died in a boar hunt. Yeah.
Okay, so this is not her.
Correct.
We've really messed up and coming here without the others. Right. What are we?
It was your fault.
I see. I wanted to start with this.
If you weren't so drunk, you'd know what we do.
Yeah.
You're the one that said go for a stroll in the graveyard.
I love the way you two are just starting to bicker with each other as to who's faulty.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was all your fault.
I was happily drinking sake. He dragged me away.
Yeah. So she's basically taking up the pose that you can see in the photo with the hands clasped in front of
Okay.
her head down.
So what is it?
Um,
Is there a problem with the fingers? Do they look odd?
Yeah, well, from this distance you can't really tell.
I can't tell. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, when you get closer, you'll notice that it looks like there's a problem with the fingers, but all it is they're slightly long. They seem longer than they should be. Not by much.
Not to worry.
Yeah. Not at all. And she's just stood there. She actually quietly starts to shake, as in like this sort of shoulders going, not whole body, just shoulders going, head nodding slightly.
That just creeps the hell out of me more. I'm moving further back.
Yeah. Give us a quick perception check. Pair of you.
Okay.
But perception's a stat.
Oh, is it?
Not a
Oh,
skill.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd
Yeah.
be why I can't find it.
It's a straight stat. Sorry, I should have said.
Okay.
Oh, okay, cool. Both of you would recognize this sort of movement as if it was somebody crying. It's like in the throes of like
Yep.
very strong emotional crying.
And now I'm feeling a bit bad, but I'm still spooked and thin.
Yeah.
Okay. Does her costume give anything away about who she is or was? What she's wearing? Does it indicate a rank or something?
It would be quite a. She would be definitely be a noble lady.
She wore like a noble.
Yeah. She doesn't strike you as walking, having like the presence of body to be like a warrior. She seems like she's, she was not a lady, maybe not a lady of leisure, but definitely a noble lady that it's the finer things in life as opposed to, yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna have to do something. So let's try talking to it.
You're a monk. That's your job, isn't it?
You see, you're the one who deals with spirits. Fine. All right. Oop, didn't mean to do that. I'm going to move forward slightly.
Yeah.
And say,
I'll back him up a touch.
and
Just
say,
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Mistress, what is it that makes you so sad?
She looks up at you, raises her hands towards you like this, again palms up, and then she sweeps around the graveyard, pauses, going back to herself, and then she'll take one arm out and point.
At what?
This way. Over this way.
That way.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty then. I'm gonna go this way and see what happens. See what horrible thing jumps out at me. Do I letting the? I'm going to let the flame hands go. I don't think they'd be terrible useful against the ghost.
Yeah.
Can I put in the other thing back up, the void thing? Do I pick up anything from her or anything else?
Wording on the void, does it say living creatures? Void
Probably.
tattoo.
It's that, I think it was something along those lines. Hold on. Let me
Yeah.
find it. Spells? I don't even can't remember where I put these things. No, they're not spells. Information? Maybe.
Might be in your right at the bottom of the character sheet where it says like school techniques, because you don't have techniques, you have tattoos.
Hold on. Void. This ink black kanji represents oneness with all. When this tattoo is activated, you gain awareness of all life around you. You know the
Yep.
location and rough details of all living things within a radius of your scroll, even if you can't see them. You know only rough details such as 2 warriors or pair of rabbits, not specific identities. You can recognize individuals well known to you, however. Okay. So no, probably not then.
Yeah. So you're not getting any sense of life from her in that regard.
No.
But you do get a wave of sadness the closer you get. This is not a. Don't get the sense that you should be afraid of this thing. There's no
Okay.
fear. When you met
No, there
the
is. There's a load of fear behind me.
yeah, yeah, there is a lot of fear behind you. It's a different feeling than when you met the Snow Maiden, the Yuki spirit, who was looking for something. This
So
one you
emboldened
get
by
less.
that, then I will go up a bit further and see what she. Can I see anything that she's pointing at, or is she still just kind of gesturing randomly over there?
I'm going to give you. When you start looking at that way, she then just points further into this side.
Over there. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's have a little wander. So, is the stuff over here? Does anything over here look disturbed or changed? Does she seem like a ghost, like incorporeal, or is she like a more like a zombie than that this is the body?
She seems more incorporeal. You go past her, you see that she doesn't actually have any feet.
Right. Okay.
She still moves
So,
as if she was a noble lady, but she doesn't have. Yeah, you can just see like the mist beneath her.
okay then.
What you notice? Give me a quick investigation or awareness or perception roll again. 3 doesn't
Perception,
matter.
yeah.
Yeah, everyone's better.
Okay. Perception.
If you have investigation again or perception, or you can do awareness
Oh.
at this point.
All right. What's awareness? So I've got 3 in perception, 3 in awareness, and what have I got in investigation? Got 1 point in investigation.
So I'll give you a 4 keep.
Sorry, missed that.
That may bump it up a little bit more, but you've got it. What you notice around here is that you notice another one of these half moon sweeps. Sorry. You see another one of these half moon sweeps in the ground. It's got some life coming back to it. It's like, but you'll also notice underneath the tree to your left, dead tree, is that there's been some disturbance at the roots.
Okay. Well, let's have a look at the disturbance. I suppose is that the soil that's been scattered in the half moon, then the darker soil.
It is a darker soil. You also see there are some scratches on the roots.
Ooh.
You'll see some
As in
scratches
something
on the.
scratching to
Something's dug.
get out from under the roots.
No, the scratches. One of the direction stuff. I'll say the scratches actually more in a downward direction.
Caused
Now
by
that
someone
you're,
digging.
yeah.
Right. Okay.
Whilst you're looking at that, Ryutao, what are you doing at this point?
Sort of edging my way round away from her, keeping an eye
Yeah.
on Heichi.
Yeah. What you see is that when Heichi starts looking at the roots, her shoulders sort of ease. She looks up and then she just starts to dissipate into like a slow mist going downwards.
Okay. Heichi, whatever you...
Stop.
Oh, I'll shout over to Heichi. Whatever you've done, you've appeased her.
Well, unexpected. Okay, so I think we need a Shugenja to make sense of this, really. But what's the semicircle? Which one of the gravestones had the semicircle around it?
It was again this. It was actually this square one here.
Okay. And
Taller one.
what's the reading on that? Was it something that matches up to the ghost?
No. This is a this is somebody called Hara, and um, she died of in childbirth.
Okay.
The only thing you find when you're digging in that tree is a shard of white porcelain, and it's got a bit of a strange curve to it, and you're not entirely sure, but it's probably about that sort of, probably about like 3 inches, and it's got a couple of weird curves to it, but it's obviously something that's been broken and purposely buried.
It's been buried.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because when you were just moving stuff around, it was like very quick. Scoop out, throw it in, shove earth over the top of it again.
Right. Okay. Come, sort of uncover it gently. Uncover more then.
Yeah. You find a couple more pieces, but nothing would create a whole shape.
Okay.
Can give us a. Have you got any sort of like thing for games or puzzles or anything like that, or you can do a straight intelligence?
I haven't got anything in games.
The puzzles would be like an emphasis of games.
Yeah, no, I haven't got anything like that. Straight intelligence, then you reckon now?
Intelligence, yeah.
Cookie.
14. There's something familiar, but you don't know what.
Yeah.
So what have you found?
I'll show him the pieces. It looks as if
Same
it's
as
been hastily buried.
Do the same as well if you like Ryutao, either like a games or straight intelligence.
Is that rolled?
Okay.
Not much better.
No. Again, you get this nagging feeling that it's something that you recognise, how it goes together, but you're not sure what it creates. Yeah.
Okay.
Probably around about 2:30, 2:30 at the minute.
I think we should
Okay.
return to the festivities. If they're still going.
Okay.
Okay. We'll leave you two there because when you get back, it's going to be like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning because of the distance.
Geez, you really did drag me far, didn't you, Heichi?
Yeah,
But
it's like
one thing, you
about an
won't be
hour's
at all
walk.
drunk by the time we get back.
No.
Everybody has gone to bed apart from the just the standard guards. Are you going to wake anyone up, or are you going to wait till the morning?
I think we should go and wake up. I suppose it's going to have to be one of the chickens.
Ninja, so
And we've
Xiaofan.
only got one here tonight, so
Yeah.
Frigid
You can try and wake up Xiaofan. I don't
Yeah.
think that's a good idea.
No? Why is that?
They're usually angry in the mornings.
I'm just thinking that we kind of need to tell people about this before things develop any further. Plus, we are now also probably covered in dirt and mud and things, and I don't want to be blamed for any disturbances that were up there. So I'd rather give our report to someone.
That makes sense.
I mean, we can do it to just a captain of the watch or something if you want to just do that for now, and then we'll look at it more in the morning. But I think Xiaofan
can
is
wake up a
probably the one who's
Shugenja.
going to have the most insight on this.
You can wake up the Shugenja. I'm fine to stand and watch.
Well, as has been the theme of the night.
You dragged me miles away from everyone.
I did.
Are you going to switch?
Right. Yeah, I'm going to go
report
to
the captain or Xiaofan.
No, I'll go to Xiaofan. I think makes sense. We'll keep it in the party for now.
Your
Okay.
husband, obviously.
I don't. Are there any protocols for going on banging on the door of a lady during the middle of the night?
Common sense.
Okay.
We cast fireball.
I think we lost common sense a long time ago. Right. Okay.
The gamers.
Yeah, I don't have any etiquette type things anyway, and I'm
He just opens the door.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, no, maybe not that far. But probably a vigorous bang, bang, bang. Xiaofan,
I think I'm being attacked. I'm like, "Ah!
Yeah.
What?
Mm.
Yeah, she's you hear her voice. It's like, what's wrong? Are we being attacked?
No. But I do need to talk to you. If that's okay.
Yeah, give me 2 moments, and then she'll sort of come out. And she's like, what's wrong?
Okay. Well, you probably see that he's got
You're,
a
co-
fair
you're
amount of
covered
dirt
in
on
mud.
him from all of this. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I shall relay the tale. What was the guy's name again? The lion guy?
Kitsu Yasaka. Yasaku, sorry.
That was the name on the headstone.
No, that was the
The name of the
Shugenja
lion.
that
Shugenja, yeah.
that
Um,
that was paying attention
Oh,
to
I
the
see.
drunken
Yes.
ramblings. Yeah.
And
yes.
I'm assuming you
He,
say
he
about.
seemed overly interested in what Ryutao was saying about spirits, and he seemed somewhat shifty. So I
Dragged us.
removed. Sorry.
So he dragged us to a
Yeah, well, I
cemetery.
removed Ryutaru from the situation, but I also noticed that he had um, an odd coloured soil, as you can see from me, that came from the area of the graves that the old Boar Clan maintain. So we decided to go for a walk to try and sober Ryutaru up, and when we got to the graveyard, we found some semicircles of darker looking soil around some of the graves, and a spirit, some sort of noble lady who was very sad, appeared and made some gestures with her hands. Like, I'll try and copy the gestures, probably very poorly. And and then pointed us to a tree under which looked like had been buried some small pieces of white was it pottery, you said?
Porcelain.
Muslim.
Porcelain, with curved shapes. I felt I recognized it, but I can't tell you what they would have been when they were formed together. However, just the act of going there and realizing that this thing had been hastily buried under the tree, kind of seemed to be enough to appease the spirit, and she disappeared. And we have no idea what's going on.
Hmm. The porcelain pieces. Do you have them, or did you put them back?
We left them there where they were, I believe.
And you
You
didn't know
didn't
what
say
they
either
were.
way, so it's up to you if you want to have them now or not.
I don't know. I think if it's something grave related, removing it's probably, I don't know, maybe not the best idea. That would have been, unless Ryutaru says otherwise, I think I would have left them there.
I mean, it's not really grave related. It's not a grave. That's a tree. So someone
Alright.
tried hiding something under a tree. I'd say that taking them away.
We'd take them. Alright.
Can
You
I have
get
a
the
look
spirit
at?
chasing you.
Yeah. Can I have a look at these
Uh,
pieces of porcelain?
Yes.
Again, you can either do the games or straight intelligence.
So I have games.
Yes,
My emphasis is in Sedain though. Sorry,
so
Go.
you can get the emphasis. Yeah,
So
not the
it's
emphasis, just the trained.
just the trained. Where is it?
Middle button.
No. Where's the whole thing? I saw it just a minute ago.
Games on the
High
noble skills. Or high, whatever it is. High
Oh,
skills.
yes. Sorry. Okay. 20. Don't know if that's any good.
Better than us
Okay.
two.
They two of the pieces fit together, but the third is separate from it.
Okay.
You get what you get with a strange curve on it. It could potentially maybe be part of an eye socket, like a hole in a mask
Yeah.
type thing. Yeah. But the third piece doesn't match up.
Strange. I'd point out that these two pieces look like maybe a part of an eye socket to potentially like a mask
Yep.
or something.
Like a kabuki type thing.
Potentially. I mean, there's lots of different masks. What was the name of the Shugenja you said? Hitsu
Yasako.
Yes.
Yusaka.
Yeah.
Tom, that's not a Scorpion Clan
No, it's lion.
lion.
The Kitsu are known for being they deal with spirits, so especially ancestor spirits. They've got a lot of that sort of vibe as a family.
Okay.
And they are also a Shugenja family.
Okay. I relay that as well and say, if it had something to do with masks, my immediate thought would be Scorpion Clan, but Kitsua, well, um, is 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 lion, and they deal with ancestor worship and spirits and things like that. But if she disappeared
Whatever he
after
was
you
doing
uncovered it,
didn't seem to have made her very happy.
no, that's you. But what you did appeased her, so perhaps just you being aware of something that she feels if he's involved in some way. We're making a jump here.
She had very. Did I say she had very long fingers? I don't know whether that's relevant.
I mean, that could just be part of the spirit form, but it's worth noting. Sometimes when the souls are come back, they don't always maintain a familiar form. But
Well, she didn't have any feet either, so maybe her feet kind of extended
yeah,
her fingers instead.
when you said there were crescent moon shapes of dirt, darker dirt around the graves, did it look like it had been moved, like they were trying to dig something around the graves?
I think the dirt had been disturbed. Like they looked like they'd knelt in front of the grave and drawn the semicircle. Which actually, Tom, that's a question I meant to ask. Which way round was the semicircle? Was it the roundy bit going towards the grave, or was the roundy bit coming away from the grave?
So it was if the top of the semicircle was pointing towards the grave. So it was
Right.
if you kneel down and then you swipe from
And then
say
done
right
like that.
to left, yeah, or left to
Gotcha.
right. So it's going around the person who is sitting down.
Gotcha.
Do I know of any practices that would incorporate that movement in a Shugenja way? Like, but Xiaofan's thinking along the lines of summoning or commune with spirit, calming and things like that.
You can give me a law Shugenja roll,
Yeah.
maybe a theology roll.
I have theology.
Law Shugenja would be the better of the two.
Okay. I don't
So you
have
need
any like an
law
emphasis
skills,
in Shugenja, but I have law. I have.
theology.
I have law theology.
I mean, you could also potentially do a spellcraft one as well, but that's even you would know that would be really hard to actually try and pinpoint because each family's different.
Yeah, exactly. My spellcraft is mostly spellcraft research rather than history.
Yeah.
I'll go for theology because
Okay.
it makes most
I
sense to
also
me.
have a
So
point in theology. Can I have a crack at that or not?
Yeah. Yeah.
there you
Cool.
go. So I got
Give it a go.
31 on that. Let's see what
Oh, well, I doubt
height you
I'm
get.
getting rid of that.
Well, you never know. Go for it.
Might explode.
You got better than me.
33. Yeah. Um.
Okay.
So you won't be able to tell what type of spell it is or anything like that.
Okay.
There's no schools of magic in Five Rings like there are schools in D&D, for example. Yeah. You know that it would be some sort of ritual because you have set up things yourself, like in front of you, either in a straight line or certain shapes. So you know it is a ritual of some sort, but you're not sure what.
Okay.
So at least we
So
know
as
now that. So go on.
yeah, I was just say, so a Shugenja is sort of a crossover between a priest and a magic user because when you're casting a spell, you're actually asking the spirits to do something for you. So you have some sort of priestly training. Same as the tattooed monks, you've got some sort of priestly training. But it feels more magical as opposed to religious. But you could be wrong. Again, there's so many different variations, but it feels more
Yeah.
magical in nature.
At least we can establish then that whatever, perhaps we can safely assume if you've seen this kitsua with dirt on them, that it's likely him that has done something. And he is
Mhm.
Shugenja. I think he has gone to the graves and done something. I don't know if it's worth investigating now or perhaps when it's daylight and we have
Mm.
more people with us
Yeah,
so we can.
I think probably daylight now, but I just thought maybe just in
No, no,
case
no.
there was something urgent to it.
The
Someone
only
should
thing
know
I'm
who.
thinking of is when we had problems with spirits before on our travels. And do you remember when uh Taka the hero woke up with that ghosts dripping water all over his face in that village? It was very scary. I didn't like
The
it.
woman that was killed by the kappa, yes, from that
Yes,
spirit.
didn't like that at all. That's the only thing
No,
that's going through my mind.
Takehiro's
There
completely
was no
forgotten that.
feeling of fear from well, Ryutaru seemed feared, but there was no the spirit wasn't emanating fear; it was emanating sadness.
Oh, well, hopefully
and
that means that it's not malevolent in any way, but again, if someone has done something, it could be pushed that way via
Mm,
interference from a Shugenja.
see, Heichi, I was right to stay decent distance away, like you should have done.
indeed.
Why you were
Um,
even in a graveyard at what time is it?
Blame Heichi.
I
Well, like I
do,
say, it's
but
probably around about like 3:30, 4 in the morning, so dawn
yes.
is a glimmer on the horizon at
And
about
isn't the
4 o'clock.
graveyard like an hour away? I'm going back to bed.
very
I'll
well.
see you in the morning.
Thank you for your time, Xiaofan.
She's like, yeah. As she goes to bed.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll
I
go
guess
do
I'll
the
go and get
same.
washed off
Yeah, absolutely.
in the bed.
So, Next morning, obviously, Akihiro and Takahiro, as far as you're concerned, you're getting ready to go travel back to Shiro Heichi. So when you meet, all three of you are going to meet at breakfast time, as it were.
Can I check a game mechanics thing?
Yes,
Spent void recovers overnight, doesn't it?
right.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Well, I shall attempt to have some breakfast and take a little bit of Takahashi's food away from him to feed myself.
You get a slap on the wrist with chopsticks and a glare. I'm not going to give you. I'm not allowing you to do that when he's not here. No.
No.
I would have thought he'd got Guru to do it.
Guru just hand feeding him anyway.
Yeah, right. Peeling his grapes.
I was about to say exactly that.
Oh, you're so predictable.
Well, Takahiro is.
Yes, obviously.
I'm a man of mystery myself. But
course.
of course, yes. Right.
Only because you forget everything about yourself.
Yeah, true. Right.
It's called dementia.
Yes. Don't joke.
Okay.
I've totally lost my train of thought now. Right. I'm getting ready to leave because I think we're going. Yes, the plan was we're going back to see the demo of our clan to request permission to go and look at this Fox Clan thing. So I'm having whatever breakfast I can get that is not being eaten by Takahashi.
Heichi and Ryutaro went on an adventure last night as Xiaofan's eating her food.
I'll be
Bags under
very late
her
for
eyes.
breakfast.
Come on, I woke you up for like 10 minutes.
She's so mad.
Is
In
this
fact, she purposely wakes up Ryutaro and Heichi really early as soon as she gets up. She's like, if I'm awake, so are you.
I will roll over and try to ignore it.
Nope. Absolutely not. I can summon water. Like, I'll waste a spell slot to do it.
Why can I feel this turning into
I think
prank
Heiji's
wars?
used to getting up at ridiculously early times. So.
I normally get up to practice archery, but
it's
someone dragged me out stupid o'clock. Who's frozen?
you froze
You
for a
did
sec,
for a
You
little
froze
but
for
in the middle
Yeah.
of saying practice archery. Right. Sorry, Zafan. They went on a what?
They went to a graveyard. Heichi, tell them. Tell them what you did.
Yeah, hi G.
Ryutaru was drunk and was
So?
talking about his associations with spirits.
To a spirit
The
guy, that's
man
reasonable.
whose name I can never remember.
Tsuyo Saka.
Kusaka.
Saku.
Saku.
Do you want to put it in the text box?
It is. It's in the
Is it?
Oh,
it's
is
in the guest list. Next to the
You
ball in the
just put
handout.
it in the text box here, if that's okay.
What was his name again?
Yeah, exactly.
Kitsuyu Saku.
Exactly, Andy.
Exactly. Him.
Kitsuyu Saku.
Kitsuyu
Yeah.
Saku. I can do that. See. Kitsuyu Saku.
Oh, he's the bottom one. Right.
The lion Shugenja. Can't even say that now.
Shugenja.
And was paying a lot of attention to what Ryutaru was saying, whilst pretending not to, and he seemed quite suspicious. He also had this dark coloured earth on parts of his costume. So we worked out that, or I worked out that it was from the area where the graves are for the old clan maintains their graveyard. So to sober up Ryutaru, we decided to go for a walk there and have a look around. And while we were there,
You
we found.
decided.
I decided.
I was just
I
walking.
decided to drag Ryutao for an hour and a half to walk to the graveyard, and when we were there, we found that several of the graves had been disturbed with semicircles of darker earth around them, or sort of pointed at them essentially. Someone had knelt in front and then drawn these semicircles. Then a spirit appeared of a noble woman with long bony fingers and no feet, and Ryutaru was very
And a
scared
terrifying complexion.
and a terrible.
Very scared. I was wary.
Is that you had a terrifying complexion, or she had a terrifying?
She had a terrifying complexion,
Ah, okay. She had.
and I
a
was
terrifying-
rightfully wary of an undead spirit.
But what was emanating from her was not a sense of fear, but a sense of sadness, and therefore, we asked, or I asked her, what was making her sad, and she pointed to a dead tree, the earth under which had been disturbed. It looked like something had been hastily buried, which Xiaofan, when we came back and spoke to Xiaofan, indicated part of a mask. And just the act of kind of that discovery seemed to be enough to appease the spirit, and she dissipated. And yes, then we came back, and I'm pleased to report that Ryutaru was entirely sober by the time we'd walked an hour and a half back.
I can imagine after fear and 4-hour trek, whatever it was.
Wariness. Alertness. After the last spirit we dealt with, sort of spirit of a human we dealt with,
Next time, just give him some more eggs.
Oh,
That'll sort him out.
gross.
does not sound
See-
appeasing.
Yeah, but it saves you a
So,
2.5-hour walk in the dark.
So that's what happened, and we're
Don't leave me
none
unsupervised
the
with
wiser,
Saki and
really.
Heichi.
Well, I think that it'd be a good idea if potentially, GM, is the
Mhm.
graveyard on the way towards our, like, in the direction we would be traveling when we leave, or is it going to be
No.
like the opposite way? Motherfucker.
Pretty much the opposite way.
Of
You have
course.
to, because it's still on the side of the on the lair, but it's on the side opposite to the road that leaves the lair.
I mean, is it enough merely to confront
I was
Kitsuya
considering
Saku
it.
with this, rather than necessarily go out there again?
I think, well, this is just my point of view as someone that is a Shugenja, but if we do confront him and he admits to having tampered in any way, I would want to escort him back to the graveyard so he can make amends and put right what he's done wrong. If he has upset a spirit that is against what we should be doing as Shugenja. That is not our job. Unless, of course, he meant it in a nefarious way, in which case we have a much bigger problem on our hands. But obviously, that is not something that I'd wish to do alone. So I would take the view of the group. So what do you guys think?
Why would he interfere with a grave? Don't really understand this. What would he gain from interfering with a grave?
Who knows? Could be ignorance. He might have accidentally done something. He is of the Lion Clan, and they are white.
Might I offer a theory?
Go ahead.
The old Boar Clan never received the proclamation from the Emperor that bodies must be burnt, therefore all their dead are buried. This might be something of an unusual situation for a lion Shugenja whose family are somewhat interested in the spirits of ancestors, and therefore he may be conducting.
Investigation of his
I
own.
don't know if to say experiments would be the right word, but it may be seeing what happens when he does his thing with bodies that have not been burnt, and therefore
Is he?
is there a risk? Is it harmless? Is it? I don't know. I wouldn't claim to, but
Is he taking? Do you think he's taking tokens from the graves?
there were a number of what were they called? Grave scrolls. But I believe that's a standard practice. Some are newer than others.
But that's I sorry, but is he digging up bits of graves to take trophies from them that he can then do something with later? Is it? Can a Shugenja take a bone from some
Well,
poor dead person and then summon their spirit to converse with them?
why do you think that the practice to have bodies burned came about in the first place? Having interfering with the dead.
Isn't that what blood speakers do?
Yes, in a form. There's, I I can imagine there is perhaps various different types of blood speakers or those that use the body parts of dead in other ways that we've yet to know of or find out. But it's nothing good. I don't know whether this this Shugenja has done this deliberately bad or has accidentally stumbled upon something that is not uh, permitted. I think I think confronting him would be a good idea. It would be wise to note as well. We should not mention it, or should not speak of any mention of blood speakers whilst we're around him, even if he seems to indicate that he is aware of it, just because of the taboo of and the fact that not many people know of blood speakers anyway, and shouldn't.
So we shouldn't accuse him of being a blood speaker.
No, don't think that that is something that we should do straight away. Uh, I don't. Unless we have absolutely hard evidence, and even then, it would be a very quiet affair of taking him away for him to never return,
Okay.
without informing anybody else. But I think we do need to confront him. I do need to think we need to speak to him about it. I don't know how he'll react.
We seem to be doing a lot of confronting guests with their
Yes.
misdemeanors.
I mean, it's big misdemeanors. I'll be honest. This isn't. We're not going around enforcing a
That is why
rule
we're
on
Hatamoto.
etiquette.
Mm.
Indeed, that is our job.
I think
Sorry,
we do
Akihiro.
seem to be the new broom, don't we? Taking these people that what's his rank? I can't remember.
Ian, can you move your mic up a bit because you've
Sorry,
to hear
can't
what
hear
you're
me.
saying.
Okay.
No, I can.
Oh, what's the sort of daimyo? Who's the leader of the Hidden Boar?
Jomai.
Jomai.
Jomai. We
Jomai,
do
yeah.
seem to be confronting people who, he's trusted for years.
Well, I will say these are guests of the board. They are not, so they're being held against their will here.
Is
So,
Kitsu Yasaku someone that has taken the oath or
he
not?
hasn't.
No, he hasn't. Okay, cool. So he can't leave anyway.
Right.
Okay. We could um we don't actually have to go through the Jomai to confront him as our. It might be polite to, but again, if it does have any indication that he's messing around with blood speaking, etc., that could also create a difficult situation where we'd have to either lie or explain what would happen to bring them to justice, if that is the case. I'm just trying to think of future possibilities here. So, do we just speak to this Kitsu?
Do we ask him to take the ritual?
I don't feel like that would help in any way. That was only helpful because the ritual specifically states not talking about the Boar Clan, which the that particular person did. In this case, I think if anything, he would rather stay if he is close by a source of a graveyard.
Okay.
I feel.
I'm happy to
All
follow
right.
your lead on this.
I confer with Takahashi as well, and get his opinion on it. Whilst he's eating his fill, and then we'll.
Yeah, he would. He would agree with you that he hasn't offered to take the oath. Kitsu are known, as you say, for spending time with the ancestors, and they are linked to the spiritual world more so than a lot of other Shugenja. But he doesn't know. He doesn't offer much more than that.
It's quite possible that he is simply exploring this new potential of speaking to spirits, as Haiji said, just experimenting in his own spirituality and connection with the spirits.
But therein lies a danger in that the edict was made for a reason.
Yes, which we should remind him of, and be sure that he understands his role as a Shugenja is to make sure the spirits are at peace and not restless as he has made them.
A ghost is a mirror that reflects the secrets the living hide from themselves. I think there is a lesson in that for all of us.
I see a lack of sleep hasn't dulled your wit.
It did
And then
last
she
time.
stuffs
No sense of humour.
her face full of rice. Sorry, Ian, you cut out there.
So don't worry. It was a bit of an aside anyway.
Oh, okay. Shall we go find this guy then? After we've all eaten and things. We go hunt him down with pitchforks. Yeah, yeah. Ben got the idea.
Okay, where do we find him?
Yeah.
Find him in the guest house. Actually, he's got his own. He has his own small guest house, like a 3-room. Yeah, 3-room 3-room house, like a central living area, a bedroom, and then just a smaller chamber. You actually see him, and he's in like the central living area, which is also your kitchen as well. You see him there.
What would be the appropriate address for somebody who's of a station lower than you, but not like Eta or something?
It'd still be San,
San. Okay.
because he's still he is still samurai.
So greet him in the proper way. Kitsu-san. May we have a moment of your time? Just to speak about some things.
Of course.
Would you mind coming on a walk with us?
It is a fine morning. Yes.
Knowing the boar's lair, they've got that little. It goes to the forest, doesn't it? Sort of like a.
Yeah.
Is there a safe forest trail that's just like a short walk away, so we can talk to this guy without
What
it
she's
being like
asking is there a nice little murder spot?
no, genuinely no. I don't mind if it's in with fewer people. My aim is so that we can go and have a chat. But Xiaofan wants a place where she can cast that courtier's confidence spell, so that uh, they can have the conversation without being overheard at all. Yeah, so it doesn't have to
Cool.
be out of sight, just at just a little bit far away, so the spell can encompass everybody and no passers-by.
Cool.
No one will hear him
Um,
scream.
Yeah, yeah. No, well, actually, part of the spell is if you do scream, it breaks the spell.
Ugh.
Or if you yell, I know. So, but yeah, I will take. I think we'll guide him to somewhere where it's not like we're not. Well, I don't think we're trying to intimidate him. It's more just so he also feels more comfortable talking about things without fear of being overheard.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem. You're just taking a lone person out into the woods, surrounded by 6 other people, say 5 other people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nothing intimidating. Yeah, nothing intimidating about that.
I
at
mean, the
all.
fact that he's got Akihiro on one shoulder and Takahiro on the other.
Yeah,
I-
exactly.
I'll,
Nothing scary
I'll
about
say
it.
to him straight away, like,
Yeah.
the reason that we brought you a little further away is that I don't wish for our conversation to be overheard, but you are perfectly safe. We just wanted to have a conversation regarding your visit to the graveyard.
Of course.
So
What would you like to know?
okay, cool. Give me 2 moments. This prayer to the kami is just to ensure that we're not overheard. Okay.
That's not a spell I'm aware of.
I
It'd be
imagine it
interesting to
wouldn't be.
see.
Um,
Mm.
she'll perform it in front of him. She won't do the kami's whisper thing. She'll do the spell.
Yeah.
Do I need to roll for that, or is it just straight? It
Yes.
happens.
No, you still need to roll
Okay.
for it.
Okay. Let me do. Let's see to do. Oh, crap. Along with my camera now not working, my mouse has run out of batteries. So I'm now. Computer's full.
You got the
All the
mouse pad.
excuses.
I know.
Do you understand the concept of electricity and charging
What?
devices?
What is electricity? Look, it's got batteries,
That
all right. There it
that
is.
is a great question, and I can tell you in full detail if you want, because I've
No,
just been doing a course on it.
no. Oh, 47.
So, yeah, no, it casts, no problem.
It's the most right. Can you see the
Yeah.
the blurb on that? So anybody
Yeah.
talks in like a yell or shout, it is broken. But basically, any onlookers or eavesdroppers, sorry, will see us having a mundane conversation or overhear a mundane conversation and not hear what we're actually saying.
Mhm.
So it's not silent to others. It doesn't look suspicious. Um, my companions, Heichi, is it Heichi San? Whilst we're talking about each other to others,
Yeah.
yeah, Heichi
Yeah,
San
because
and Ryutao San. Yesterday or the early hours of this morning had made a visit to the graveyard to give their thanks and visit the graveyards there, the gravestones. They were interrupted when a rather restless spirit appeared. the form of a woman. And then she's going to look towards Ryutaro and Heichi to give a description if they were.
She was a noble woman with a terrifying visage and long, spindly fingers and no feet.
Recognise her anyway.
Yeah. Pick her out a crowd.
Was apparently very sad.
She was very sad. Yeah, there was no. Yeah, there was no. There was no sense that she was malevolent, but she was very sad, and she pointed to an area of the graveyard where there was a dead tree, and
I know the tree.
going to examine that the roots had been and the earth under it had been dug up. The roots cut, damaged in the process, and something had been hastily buried underneath it. Some broken pieces of porcelain. And I'll pass it back to Xiaofan.
You know what the broken pieces of porcelain were doing underneath the tree?
I am not aware of why there would be porcelain there. Maybe somebody broke a teacup and didn't want to take it back. I don't know why there would be. I mean, porcelain could be from anything. I have yet to encounter that particular spirit there. In fact, most of the spirits seem to be fairly content and settled. But I will say, one of the descriptors you said with the fact that she had no feet, that's a common thing within the ghosts of the dead.
Feet ground you to the land, I suppose. Makes sense.
Certainly one theory, yes.
Okay,
But
so
I
you have clearly been to the graveyard and
of course,
communed with the spirits there.
I have communed with the ancestors, or attempted to commune with the ancestors of the Heichi family. Mainly because I don't have. It is a unique perspective that the Boar have, seeing as they have been separate from the Empire for so long.
Did you say Heichi family?
My family,
Heichi.
obviously.
Yeah.
Heichi family.
No, that's a Tom mispronunciation.
Yeah. I was.
Heichi. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Heichi family. Okay, because I was thinking Heichi's family.
Yeah.
No, he's
No,
height.
it's all it's all Ben's
that's
fault
right.
for choosing a name
I know.
that sounded so similar, without even knowing that we were going to be that this was an
Look,
option. You know,
Takahiro, Akihiro, and Takahashi. Look, right?
Yeah, exactly. You know,
Fucking Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
We got
it's not far off actually.
I resent that.
No, you resemble
look.
that.
Chewy.
You resemble that. Yeah.
and Heichi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also hate him for that too. Our concern is that at the moment you are the only person that we know of that has been to the graveyard, and whether in communing with the spirits potentially have disturbed something, but the spirit was left restless and saddened. Is there anybody else that you know of that has been to the graveyard, or has it just been yourself?
he visibly bristles at what the subtle accusation you
Yeah,
said.
yeah.
And he and he replies, "My family are the keepers of the dead. We honor those that have passed before us and keep their memories lessons that they taught still alive and valid within the Lion Clan. I cannot do that whilst I am here with my own clan. So I do it for the boar in the hopes that I can keep everything settled.
How do you? What is the physical process that you do to commune with the ancestor spirits? What does it involve? I'm not obviously asking for your magical secrets, but
I sit in front of them. I clear a space. I burn some joss sticks, and I meditate and on the actual ancestors whilst trying to commune with them.
how do you clear a space? What does that involve?
I clear a space in front of me. I make sure it is clear of debris and a flat surface so that the joss sticks do not fall over.
Does
Or
that
I plant them in the ground.
Does it tend to form a semicircle of earth?
It depends on the earth by the grave and how much debris there is. I will clear an area in front of the grave. So I'm not kneeling on any on twigs.
Can I do
Right.
So
like an insight type check?
yeah, I was
Sorry.
about to say that exact
Sure.
same thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it sincerity or is it courtier?
So sincerity is to tell a lie. You can use sincerity to detect a lie, or you can use empathy to detect
Perhaps
a lie.
empathy. That's
Okay.
it.
Thought I had. Oh, I do have empathy.
It's an extra skill we've added.
They're both exactly the
Yeah,
same.
I'm more focusing on the bit when he got all indignant that he was almost sort of being
Yes,
insulted. And so on.
that's
Is that
also
indignation
where I was.
fake? I think your
Yeah.
thought process is exactly the same as mine.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. He's telling the truth.
Okay.
He's
Your roles are shown, by the way, Tom. But yeah.
Yeah, I can't work out how to hide the rules for it with this setting.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the rules for some reason. I don't know why.
That's fine.
Let me just try something again because I can do it on the dice roller.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me just do but that showed again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same fucking
So
role as well. Cheeky.
Yeah, different.
Yeah. Don't worry about it for now. We'll sort of
We'll have
figure
a
it
play
out.
Like I say,
later,
I can do it on the dice roller, but not on the character sheet.
Yeah.
I think it'll be an option in the settings, but we'll have a look later.
Yeah.
I think Xiaofan's going to try and do a little bit like damage control now. Now she thinks, oh God, we've upset somebody that's really super into, responsible about the spirits and everything like that. And she's like, I do apologize, Kitsu-san. It is just, as I'm sure you understand, my responsibility as a Shugenja to ensure that none of the spirits are being deliberately tampered with or upset. As you are Shugenja also, I would ask that perhaps you keep an eye out for anybody else that frequents or visits the graveyard. Perhaps this was merely a wrong time, wrong place scenario, and my companions had just stumbled upon when a spirit was particularly restless. But obviously there was these objects that were found underneath the tree. We just wanted some answers.
Should we show them to him?
Yes, I don't see why not.
These are the parts of the porcelain that we recovered. As you can see, two of them fit together.
He peers closer but doesn't reach for them, and says, "I don't recognise them."
You
Well,
don't recognize them. Okay.
perhaps we should.
Does he seem mollified? Does he seem happy with that?
I think that's
No.
suspicious. That can I make a do-debby check? I don't know if I've got any
Yeah,
do-debbies.
you do it.
on that.
Yeah, you can do
Dabbies.
empathy, or you can do or sincerity.
Empathy. Oh, I do have 1 point in empathy. I thought I got
Yeah.
that. Nothing happens.
Yeah, I'm
Maybe.
much better at telling lies than I am detecting them. Apparently,
That's no surprise.
Ugh.
outrageous.
Yeah.
To try.
Yeah,
So-
he's a
if he
great
sti-
teaser, this guy.
Tom,
I
if he
love
still
him.
seems a bit annoyed, can I try my best courtier bits? And it's just
You can, but he does actually say, "I'm not surprised you were questioning. I would not consider a minor clan to have the same knowledge of those of the great clans."
um
And he turns to leave.
I shall say to him, one more moment, please. In clearly something has gone on here. Would you be able to help us investigate it? Something has disturbed the spirit.
I will do as you ask, and keep an eye on the graveyard whilst I am there. I'm not an investigator. I'm not a dragon, Itsuki.
No, but
And then he turns to leave again.
okay. That wasn't enough of an interaction to get a courtier roll to try and calm him down, I'm assuming. No, I don't think so. Okay.
He's pissed.
Yeah.
Or
Xiaofan just
pissed me, so anyway.
Xiaofan, I think, it looks like the jab about minor clan things kind of hurt her a little bit, which is why she didn't respond at all. So she just goes, "I think I've messed that up a little bit. I'm sorry."
Nope. I think we did pretty well there. It's definitely he was rattled when he saw the pieces. He wouldn't touch
You
them,
think so?
and his answer was it was done in a way where he was trying to speak truthfully without saying something he knew.
I couldn't tell much. Sounded
That's
like
what
he
I took
was
from it.
indignant, the same way that, and she says, "No offense," specifically to Takahiro, that kind of indignant way that major clans get when their honor is
Oh yeah,
poked.
there was all that as well. But that doesn't mean that he doesn't know something more than he said.
I do not understand the parallel you are drawing.
Of course you don't.
I mean, there's three major clans there.
I mean, after so much,
Looking
we've
at
seen it so much, it just, water off a duck's back.
I know it's sort of like there's other major clans or ex-major clans amongst our group, but we all know. We all know. I mean, Akihiro's not going to be like, "How dare you?" Can you imagine?
I think he's too socially awkward to get offended by a
Yeah.
social slight.
He'd probably just shrug.
Yeah, to a certain extent, he's not too worried about insults to the Dragon Clan.
Yeah, weirdly. Yeah, let's get on our way and head back to our daimyo.
Do we need to bring the daimyo up to speed on this involvement of a spirit?
Possibly we should let the Jomai know now.
Yes.
seeing as
Annoyed someone.
we've annoyed someone, yes, and also I don't know if well, we expected perhaps that there was going to be a case that he was meddling in a um in a in a very bad way, but I think it's unclear at this point. We should definitely let the Jomai know.
Agreed.
Would
Someone
you-
has either committed or attempted to cover up something that has happened. That those pieces are there hastily for a reason. Maybe to do with spirits, but maybe just to conceal something.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'd mention Seku's involvement. Just is there a way of telling the Jomai?
I think we need to, because he's obviously bristling and might make reference to it.
Is there not an inference that if you tell the Jomai, you have to tell him in such a way that you are not casting the inference that you think there is something he's doing wrong?
Oh, I
Surely
think
that's misaccusing him.
yeah. No, I don't think we mention him at all. We just say that. I think you're right, Akira. I think we tell the Jomai that there's been this incident where the spirit has been witnessed wandering, and there's something strange going on in the graveyard.
If it then comes back that Yozaku is unhappy with how we treated him, that was merely us inquiring. He's clearly not to do with it, but we had to ask the question.
You're right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be more blatant. But you are the
Well, you're
clearly
taking
more
advice from
more skilled in
the
these
socially
areas than
awkward
me.
one on this.
Well, Takahiro agreed with you. That's the only reason I'm agreeing. So.
Okay, fair point. Every now and then I say something that's not quite so stupid.
Yes, there are possibilities for you to
Broken
learn some degree of subtlety. I think
I'll do that as soon as you learn how to use your sword properly.
All
well,
right, let's
I
go.
think it will take less time for me to learn how to use my sword properly than you will learn how to speak properly at court.
I move on.
It's not my ambition, though.
And I walk away. I can hear them bickering in the background.
Yeah.
Subtlety has lost on both of them in two different ways. It's like
Mm.
Xiaofan walks past me.
Yeah.
I just roll my eyes at Ryutaru and just like, children. I think we're the youngest. That's the funny thing. Me and Ryutaru are the youngest of the group.
Yeah.
Why do
Yeah.
all our role play games turn into parents and children?
You
We've
know,
got this
kind
going
of
on
something.
in
Undead
Undead
thingy.
Kingdom, the
The
Walking Dead
game.
game, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Are we going to see the Jomai then?
All right.
Yeah.
Do we want to have a?
Re-
This is a question for Tom. Do we want to have a full RP thing with him, or can we just say that we've informed him, unless anybody else?
You can just say you formed him if you like.
Yeah.
I'm fine
Unless
with that.
anybody else was
You
particularly
let him know
wanting
what's
to
going
have
on.
that conversation.
Yeah. No.
And then
He's fine with.
we'll collect Guru and Takahashi and make our way back to see the Daimyo.
Yep.
Xiaofan, you're not able to do any sort of spells or anything to find out anything more about these pieces of porcelain, are you? Just
Oh,
as the last thing before we move
you.
on.
Sorry, I was so rattled by that. That interaction with Hitsu that I completely forgot. I do in fact have a very good spell, which is basically legend lore. Let me just find it. Thank you very much, Heichi. Yep. Where is it? Oh, you son of a!
It's like an air spell, I think.
It's no, it's a water spell. I think.
Okay.
But no, that's not it. No, that's not it either. Sorry, I'm having to scroll on a bloody laptop square.
And or is there any way of leaving a spirit or a animal or something to watch that tree where the items were dug up and inform us if anyone goes near it or goes to it?
You've
Has
removed the
feared it?
items, haven't you?
Yeah, we have them.
Well, only the couple that I found. There could well be more.
Okay, true.
Yeah, I did not dig it. I did not dig through the entire.
We should give them to the Jomai.
Yeah.
After the spell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I cast Reflections of Panku, which is a
Okay.
water spell. So the divining abilities of an object is amongst the simplest lesson of student of water learns in the temple. If this spell is successfully cast on an object, you automatically learn all powers and abilities that object possesses. This is most frequently used to identify any supernatural qualities of an item, such as Nimuranai or cursed weapon, or a cursed
So,
weapon. But-
Neuromanai are basically awakened objects, so
oh,
magical
okay,
items.
gotcha.
Yeah.
But
So
it can
all
also.
magical items are. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah. But it can also identify the spell contained within Shugenja's prayer scroll. The spell will not allow a Shugenja to read the scroll. It is written in a cipher he does not understand. Blah 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 blah. The spell will also grant the caster knowledge of the item's origin in very broad strokes, such as where it was forged, the clan of the individual who has carried it the longest, or something similar at the GM's discretion.
Ooh.
So I will cast that
Okay.
if
Yeah.
that's okay.
You can't put. Yeah, you can't put any raises into it. So.
No, there's no
Yeah.
raises to put into it.
Okay.
I meet the target number.
Yeah. Okay. Now it's a broken object. Okay.
Yeah, so it's I'll do your discretion as to whether it'll give me any information. Obviously, of being not a complete object, it's up to you.
Yeah, you're not going to get complete because it is a
Mhm.
broken object.
That's fair.
You get the image of a full-face porcelain mask. You get the supernatural. Okay, it has the only supernatural quality you get on it is that it offers control.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Is that what I get?
It-
Mask, and it
Yeah,
possibly gives control.
it gives control. It's control of the wearer,
Yeah.
not control
That's why you
from
wouldn't touch
the
it.
wearer.
Oh, okay. As a slightly different vein of thought, considering the message I received from Itsuko, do I feel like there's any connection there with what she told me to do?
No, you've. It's more along the lines of the mask you wore when you were her apprentice.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
That she's talking about, as opposed to this model.
Yeah. Cool. I was just clarifying.
Yeah.
I say to Heichi, I would keep those pieces safe, on your person, perhaps, until we come
Mhm.
back. It belongs to parts of a whole mask, so we were right about the mask. I get the feeling that it has something to do with, perhaps when all its pieces are combined, it has something to do with control, potentially of the person wearing it. So it could be dangerous. I'm not sure,
Mm.
but I think that if we take the pieces with us, then it can't be then completed, and therefore I'm hopefully not used in any bad ways. Sinister.
Do you think that Kitsuyu Saku wouldn't touch the pieces because he recognised what they are part of and didn't want to risk.
It's possible. I didn't read anything bad or deceitful about what he was saying, but I don't think I was quite with it. So I think what you're saying has merit. We should definitely have an open mind when it comes to him. He's not acting. My suspicions towards him is that if he was so concerned about looking after the spirits of the dead, he would jump at the chance of
Well,
helping us to investigate.
so when
and
I,
he
yeah, when I,
hasn't.
so that was quite revealing when I asked him to help investigate, and he wasn't interested.
Mm.
That struck me as strange.
Oh, sorry, I did miss one thing.
Is there any way to
Um,
set?
Sorry, I just want to say, I did miss one thing. You do get when you did the spell, Xiaofan, you get a unclean feeling.
Okay.
Slick.
Oh. Yeah,
Yeah.
this definitely has a bad aura around this this object. It might be a
Even
good idea
broken
that
pieces
whilst
of it.
apparently so, the
I
spell
don't think we
would
should leave without getting those other pieces. If you want to begin the journey, I will collect them and join you on the way.
No, I think we should all go.
then let's all go. Let's head to the graveyard and let's tell the Jomai and head to the graveyard. Tell him that we're going to do further investigations. Find out some more things and then head to Shirahaichi from afterwards.
It will give uh, Takahashi time to organise Guru to pack his lunch.
Yes. So yeah, and then we tell the Jomai that we're going to go do everything,
Yeah.
and then we're going to do the investigation. But we don't tell him about Kitsu.
I think that's a good place to leave it.
So we say that we've
Um,
travelled there, and then we
yeah.
pick up just at the start of the thing.
When you're at the graveyard.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, so collecting
Yeah.
the remaining bits is not simple. Okay,
yeah. Weird.
why am I not surprised?
Because I make things obvious.
No.
Like if he went or dispatched someone immediately after talking to us, how much of a head start would they have before we get there?
That's how fast they can travel. But not many minutes
So like 10 minutes, only 10 minutes or so.
But
or less.
everyone here is basically a member of the Boar Clan, though, or a guest of or a few guests of the Boar. So unless there's a faction within the Boar Clan,
Yeah.
It could just be a servant
He
or
could be
something, couldn't it?
Yeah.
he could be acting independently and gaining help from kami or spirits.
Okay.
Not all of them are benevolent.
Okay.
So don't forget we went to speak to the Jomai.
Yes, we did spend a little bit of time.
Yeah.
So I'd say with this
Or
this
maybe
person's
20 minutes then.
yeah. I can't imagine it being
Maybe
too
half
much
an
longer than
hour
that.
at most. Yeah. So,
Just enough
I'm
time
quite
for someone
happy
to prep an ambush.
Do we?
And
Yeah. Do we
Ryutaro,
still have our
when we do
ponies?
this, when we Carl, can you like just check whether there's any other tracks since our one's coming back last night?
I can certainly look at that.
That's something for next time.
For next time.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's now in
Okay.
your head. Yes.
Yep.
So
Take a
thank you
note.
very much, folks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
A few more interesting bits happening, and
Yeah.
dance puppets dance. I'll see you all next week or next time we on.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Whenever.
bye, folks.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks. Bye.
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 Bye.